If you don't determine the purpose of the interviews you plan to conduct, you will go through the motions of interviewing almost on autopilot, and your candidates and interviews will just seem to repeat themselves as a cacophony of unstructured conversations with no end. Very draining and very ineffective at identifying top hires. Hiring the right person is the goal of interviewing, but not necessarily the purpose. The basic purpose of job interviews is to first provide you with valuable insights into a candidate's credentials, core values, and if they would succeed in the job. And secondly, to allow the candidate to determine if their career objectives match up with your company's opportunities and goals. If you build an interview structure around these basic principles, you will have at your disposal a powerful tool as well as an interview methodology you can repeat so as to effectively compare candidate suitability. An interview is the basic building block, the foundation, if you will, for recruiting, hiring, and retention. How you conduct interviews has a direct impact on whether a candidate becomes an engaged and retained employee or a costly mishire. Interviews also have a tremendous impact on market perception of you as an employer and brand. Word of mouth carries, and even more so with social media and employer rating sites. Just think about this. The cost of staff turnover, according to Gallup, can be 150% of an employee's annual salary. Another study by Deloitte found the cost of an employee leaving could be between 1.5 and 2 times their annual salary. Interviewing is a big responsibility and carries tremendous impact, so don't underestimate the value of interview skills and preparedness. This is why your interviews must be conducted with a clear, long-term purpose and not just the short-term objective of making a hire. This is why preparing for interviews is critical. Never ever wing it in interviews. Design them, know what you want the candidates to take away from them, and what perception you want to build during the conversation. Being prepared for an interview is a sign of professionalism and respect. It is also allowing you to take full advantage of one-on-one time you have with someone. You need to be ready to use this one-on-one time as an opportunity to set the agenda, set the scene, answer questions, provide insights and context. All this will impact the candidate's decision and will be fed back into the talent market. Thus, while assessing candidates' suitability and cultural fit is a key purpose of an interview, being prepared to meet your interviewees and knowing how to communicate with them are crucial to the success of your hiring endeavors. You can also think about it like this. The purpose of the interview is to see if you and the candidate are aligned. This does not mean you need to see the world the same way, nor does it mean you must be aligned or need to use the interview to align. It means you are speaking to see if you are aligned on the key elements that will enable successful execution of the role within your specific environment. You need to have a clear outline of what those elements are and be methodical about seeking out the candidate's position on them, as well as stating your own perspective. Candidates expect a dialogue and want to find out more through the act of interviewing. Interviews are not an interrogation. They are a two-way conversation. It is critical that this is front and center. As a hiring manager, you need to be aware that you too are being evaluated by your interviewees. You need to be aware of how you as a business provide a consistent, branded candidate experience and how fundamental that experience is in making great hires. In fact, a career builder study found that just 16% of hiring managers are trained on how to develop candidate experience. This is a pity because as a hiring manager, you have an important role to play in the process and are critical in selling your organization as an employer and an employer brand. Setting a clear purpose for your interview helps eliminate emotion, bias, and ensures that you provide the candidate with an informative and positive experience, all while gaining additional insights about their suitability for the role and alignment with them on values of the business.